VC face open. Wait, it crashed? I am here, I promise. Just VC face for some reason isn't open. One moment. There. Alright, here I am. Yes, VC face, I have 2 eyes. There we go. Hello everybody, Sandwich! Sandwich! How are you doing everybody? I hope everybody's doing okay. It's not a stream when I don't forget how to speak English. Dude, what's your address? Aha! Aha! Nice try. I noticed we have some new people. R.A. Platty and Phoenicia Landia? Is that it? This is the first time in these live streams. Welcome to the live streams. I hope you enjoy. Right. Hope everybody's doing good, as I said. Is everybody good? Is all well? I hope so. Sand watching. Anyways. What I'm probably going to do is... Actually, when I say probably mean, I definitely am. Green Guy's finally uploaded the last of the Struvel shorts. So I'm going to react to those, however long that takes. And in the meantime... Actually, what else was it? What else mean in the meantime? After that, I'm going to try and record some of the Hamilton script. Or some of the ATI Hamilton script. I recommend playing Goose Goose Duck. I'll check it out. I'll check it out at some point. Anyway. It's time to go, I believe. I'm pretty sure I haven't actually... yes, I haven't hidden it yet, so... Yeah. This should be enough of a... Where did I get the name Deuterium? Yes, it is from the hydrogen isotope, incidentally. Indeed, somebody summoned the Struvel Defender because I'm reacting and editing. Then can you play Clean Fortress, please? I don't have it installed. Unfortunately. So, I'm afraid I'm just going to have to... Right. I'm not going to lie, I feel like I'm going to cringe a lot during this. Because I cringe at my own voice a fair bit. Bug snacks, I guess. Maybe, at some point. Anyway, let's do this. No sense putting it off any further. No sense at all. You can't hear, can you? Hang on. It never does this right. Watch all of them in full. Heck yes, I'm doing that.
Then let's begin.
I'm scared by myself.
Chapter 0. Introduction. Now we all know of Sloven Peter, the boy who surely could be neater, and cruel Fritz who whipped his dog, and Pauline who burnt...
Look at the explosion! What the fuck is with the explosion? That just came out of fucking nowhere! As a matter of fact, I did know that, Venetia. Oh yeah, yawn count. Okay, here we go.
Like a log. There's Hans who looked towards the sky, and thumbless Conrad, me oh my. The hunter chased down by the hare, then Robert, who flew through the air. Philip, who wriggled on his seat, and yes, Caspar, who wouldn't eat. But what I say is their true story. Did any of them come to glory? Did any of them really die, or are the tales we know all lies? Just come along and learn what's true within my redemption AU. Chapter 1. Little Sloven Peter. Here stands the little Sloven Peter.
Yes, I'm reacting today.
I've met kids who are much neater. I'm pretty sure he cries and wails instead of trimming down his nails. They've not been cut for half a year, and his hair's not been combed. Oh dear. So everyone shouts out at he, "Ugh, you're the boy we hate to see." Don't you worry, little Peter. I know one day you'll be neater. I'm sure you'll trim your nails and hair and be a neat boy, I declare. Everyone will look at you with lots of pleasure through and through, and everyone will shout with glee, yes, you're the boy we love to see.
I'm going to have to swap it up to the next one. Where's the next one? You know what? I'm just going to line them up. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, finale. Watch my internet just tank now.
All the things he did.
Boy! Ah! No.
Just come along and learn what's true within My Redemption AU. Chapter 2. The Tale of Awful Friedrich. Friedrich was an awful kid. I'll tell you all the things he did. He thought the flies were fun to catch, as long as their wings he could snatch. The birds and cats both suffered pain. He broke the chairs with might.
What's with the explosions? What's with the exploding whip? What's with the fucking exploding whip? I can't. I fucking can't. I don't know why that kills me. It just does. The fucking explosive whip.
And mane. But worst of all, he whipped his sister, whose name was Greta. Naughty mister. Now Fritz's dog, whose name was Trey, was drinking at a spring one day. But no sooner did Friedrich slip up towards his buddy with his whip and start to whip Trey very hard, and then...
Sorry! What's with the sound design? Why is the sound design so... Why does it... The fucking sound design! That's not a whip. That's not a whip. That's a fucking punch. You can't hear me? Well, tough. I mean, I can't... Yeah, I'm definitely here. I'm definitely audible. It was your earbuds. Fair enough.
Kicked him across the yard. Trey ran back fast, so very mad, and bit Fritz till his leg felt bad. As Friedrich cried and shouted, Trey picked up the whip and ran away. Poor Friedrich, now stuck in bed, had pain in both his leg and head. The doctor gave him a big drink of medicine that tastes like ink.
To be fair, if you don't brew your coffee properly, tastes pretty... Yes, this is a reacting stream.
Now Trey at Friedrich's table sat and ate the cake. Now how about that? He also ate the liverwurst and drank the juice to quench his thirst. But after dinner ran upstairs and saw his owner lying there. Friedrich glanced over, said, "Hi, Trey. I'm sorry I hurt you today. And you know what? Like all good men, I never shall be cruel again." So Trey walked over to the bed and nudged the boy's hand with his head. That's when Fritz knew he was forgiven. "Trey," he then said, "I'm glad you're living inside my home until the end of time, because you're my best friend." Friedrich and Trey still live together and stay close by in any weather. And Greta? Oh, she
What with the explosions?
loves her brother. She couldn't ask for any other. Yes, Fritz has changed. He's changed for good. He tries to do all that he should. He still can act tough now and then, but never touched a whip again.
Okay. Hang on. Where are my tabs? Here are my tabs.
Just come along and learn what's true within My Redemption.
Here we go again.
Chapter 3. The Tale of Paulina and the Matches. Paulina's parents were away. At home she with her cats did play. But as she stood upon a chair, surveying the whole room from there, she spotted soon a tiny box all full of matches, with no locks. "I'd love to play with these," she cried. "I'm sure that only if I tried, then I could light one up, it's true, as I have seen my parents do." But Mince and Mounce, those little cats, were not too happy about that. Their paws they lifted up so high, your father said no, they did cry. Meow, 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 your parents both said no, no, no.
I'm cringing internally. I'm cringing.
Paulina only heard them yowling, meant as much as the wind
Not at the stories. At my own voice.
She lit a match that burned so bright it could stay out of no one's sight. She spun around, it in her hand, the happiest girl in all the land. But once again the little cats were not too happy about that. Their paws they lifted up so high, your mother said no, they did cry. Meow, 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 your parents both said no, no, no. And oh no, the flame caught her dress. Paulina was in great distress. It even burned her hands and hair, but gladly mince and mounts were there. Yes, once again those little cats were not so happy about that. But this time, oh yes, oh me, oh my, their tears flowed fast when they did cry. Meow, 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 and quickly out the flames did go. Paulina looked down at her pets. 'Twas true that she was soaking wet, but now she was safe and alive. She gave her cats both a high five and a big hug and said, "Thank you, you're my best buddies through and through." And Mince and Mounce did purr so loud, of saving Pauline they were proud. Meow, 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 we love you too, Pauline, you know. Paulina stroked each feline's head, and then they all went off to bed. Now when Pauline is by herself, she never climbs up to the shelf to take the matches down, oh dear, now fire is her biggest fear. And to her cat she still is grateful, though to someone else she's irateful, whoever left that box in sight, so she could play with it that night.
Green guy? Green guy, are you implying something? Are you implying something? Eyes of a nasty sort. Ah!
'Twas also rumoured that she died, but everyone who said that lied. And here's a model to aspire. Be careful every time there's fire around you, since so fast it catches, and never, ever play with matches.
That's what Matilda, who told lies and was burned to death, learned.
Just come along and learn what's true within my redemption AU. Chapter 4. The Tale of the Wild Hunter. Here comes the Wild Hunter man, who shoots the hares because he can. He puts upon his...
He's RPG, apparently. Why are you taking this to such logical extremes, Green Guy? Why is this going to such logical extremes?
His new green coat, and always makes a little note to put a...
Green? You mean green?
His glasses on before he walks with his gun out the door. Now in the grass sat Mr. Hare, and laughed at that old hunter there. But then...
Apparently hunting bless you too.
The hunter felt the sun, and put down his big heavy gun, then went to sleep upon the hill. The hare saw all at his own will. The hunter dozed, up ran the hare, then took the gun away from there, and took the glasses off as well. What happened next, that I shall tell. The hare then put the glasses on. The hunter gave a great loud yawn, and saw the hare holding the gun. So quickly off the man did run. The hare ran after him so speedy, and now the man felt oh so needy.
What was that?
The hare ran after him so speedy, and now
Why is there a tractor? Is it because... Is that its name, the Fent? You took advantage of my slip-up.
The man felt oh so needy, and so he shouted through the trees, "Good people, people, help me please!" They rushed into the hunter's yard, wherein the hunter rushed so hard. Into the well he jumped on down, but as you'll see, he didn't drown. The hunter's wife was standing near, the widow drinking coffee here. The hare shot off the great big gun. The wife hid, but her cup was done. Below, the hare's poor little son was playing hide-and-seek for fun. The coffee fell upon his nose. "Who burned me?" he cried as he rose, clutching the spoon.
That was an iced coffee. That was an iced coffee, what?
So he could be seen by his father, my oh me. The father hare away did run, back home along with his dear son. The hunter's wife then ran outside. She pulled her husband out with pride. They went on back into their home. The man then thought, "I'll no more roam about trying to shoot the hare. He's really smart, as I saw there." The man no longer shoots the hare. The hare ran far away from there. Yes, no more they did see each other. They do not deserve one another. The man sits talking with his wife. The hare just gets to live his life. Along with his dear little son, the man has given up his gun.
Here we go again. Right. Come on. Come on, give me the... Ah. There we go.
Just come along and learn what's
Here we
true
go again.
within my redemption AU.
Wug! Wug, how are you? Hi!
Chapter 5.
I am glad to see you.
The Tale of the Thumbsucker. "Conrad," Mamma said one day, "I'm going out, and here you'll stay. Be good while I'm out of the house. Be calm and quiet as a mouse. And Conrad, if your thumbs you suck, I've heard that you'll be out of luck, because the tailor in will run and cut them off, and you'll be done."
I am alright.
As soon as Mum walked out the door, the thumb was in his mouth once more. Bam! The tailor rushed right in, with legs so long and red and thin, and caught poor Conrad, who felt dumb for ever sucking on his thumb. Snip! Off went the left thumb first, and Conrad thought, "This guy's the worst." Snip! Then off the right one came, and Conrad felt a lot of shame. But then the tailor ran away, for Mum had just come home that day. She quickly kicked him out the door. They never saw him any more. A few weeks later, Conrad's thumbs grew back, just like two fine fresh plums. He told his mother with delight. They danced all day and danced all night. Now Conrad, he is far more bright, even when Mamma's out of sight. He'll never ever suck his thumb, because he's clever.
Sock his thumb. Good grief.
And not dumb.
Right. What's the next one? Last we can move on to proper shorts. I'm trying to find the man who voiced Gandalf in that Lord of the Rings radio play back in the 80s. Also narrated Paddington. I've forgotten his name. Michael Hordern! That was his name. If only Michael Hordern had done a reading of Struwwelpeter whilst he was alive. Anyways.
Just come along and learn what's true within my redemption AU. Chapter 6. The Tale of Caspar and the Soup. Young Caspar, he was stout and round, a healthier boy could not be found. His cheeks were round and red, not pasty. He loved his soup, he found it tasty. But one day he began to shout, "I will not eat this, get it out! Please won't you take this soup away? I'd rather go outside and play." The next day, well, as you can see, much skinnier he looked to be. But once again the boy did shout, "I will not eat this, get it out! Please won't you take this soup away? I'd rather go outside and play." Upon the third day he looked weak and thinner than you'd hope to seek. But when his mother brought on in the soup to hear dear son so thin, he looked at her once more did shout, "I will not eat this, get it out! Please won't you take this soup away? I'd rather go outside and play." His mother turned to him and said, "My darling son, you're like a thread. One more day like this you'll be dead. Just what has got into your head? You used to love my homemade soup, but now just look, you wail and droop whenever I give it to you. Just tell me, just what did I do? Did I maybe add too much sage, or did your actions come with age?" So Caspar looked right at his mother and told her, like he'd tell no other, "Mum, you should know, the kids at school, they weren't acting very cool. They taunted me for being fat and said I shouldn't be like that." And Caspar's mother stood in shock. "My son," he said, "what awful talk." She said even, But you should not let bullies tell you what to do when you feel well. Your weight will
Dang, green guy, you're flipping. You flipping capitalized on every mistake I made during that stream. Good grief. Yes, you should see what was going on earlier. Good work. You should really see what was going on earlier because Green Guy. Just look at some of the earlier incarnations. The freaking exploding dogs.
It was fine. Please don't feel bad. I love you, and so does your dad. So Caspar looked up to his mother once more, and then, like any other child who is good, he cried with glee, "Please bring the soup back to me. Yes, I will eat my soup today, and each day afterward, I say."
Soup gone.
And so young Caspar ate
Soup gone.
it up, and does the same when he does sup on every day after that day. That small thin boy is gone away. Young Caspar once again is fat, yet doesn't feel ashamed of that. His mother even holds him tight and says, "I knew you'd do what's right." 'Twas often rumoured that he'd died, but everyone who said that lied. And here's the moral of the tale. Do not let others make you fail in what you do that's good for you, and always eat your dinner too.
Right. Next.
Just come along and learn what's true within my redemption. AU.
Soup runs with poop.
Chapter 7. The Tale of Fidgeting Philip. "Philip, when you're at the table, sit as still as you are able," Philip's father loudly stated, as Phil's dear mother hesitated. But little Phil longed to have fun.
Seems that Philip takes his fashion inspiration from Wally.
Dad's message didn't reach his son. Phil wobbled and bobbled and wriggled right upon his dining chair. "Phil, what are you doing there?" Look at Philip getting more active as his dad feels sure something bad will happen now, and Philip's chair falls backwards. Wow! Philip shouts and screams in fear and grabs the tablecloth right here. But when he pulls it, it goes down with him, and his parents frown. Soup, iced tea, wine, bread, and meat all go right down to their feet. Where, oh, where did Philip go?
Hang on.
All go right.
I noticed that. That's clever. That's fucking clever. That's fucking clever. I like that. Did you make that yourself, Green Guy? Good grief.
Down to their feet. Where, oh, where did Philip go? Underneath the cloth, 'tis so. Much against his parents' wishes, all the spoons and forks and dishes have also fallen on the floor. They think their dinner is no more. But then, up Philip leaps with glee, and gets a mop and broom, you see. He cleans the food and shards away, puts the utensils in a tray, and then walks through the kitchen door to help his parents make some more. "Thank you, Philip," Papa said, and Mama nodded with her head. Now Philip, he still loves to run, jump and play and have such fun, but when he's at the dinner table, he sits as still as he is able. He always helps his parents out, and rarely ever does he shout unless he's in some other pain. He never pulled the cloth again.
Oh, no. Come on. Number 8. Number
Just
8.
come along and learn what's true within my redemption. AU.
Oh, holy shit, Terrania, welcome back. Holy shit. Goodness me. How are you doing?
Chapter 8. The Tale of Hans Look in the Air. When little Hans walked off to school, he always thought the sky looked cool, and so he looked up toward the trees and watched the clouds and birds and bees. He never ever watched his feet, so everyone who he did meet called out to him, "Hello there! Hello, Hans, look in the air!" Once when Hans went down the street, there came a dog so fast and fleet. Down the road Hansie showed no attention there at all. "Here the dog comes," none did call. Bam! There Hans lay like a log, right next to the poor young dog. But then Hans got up again and helped the dog out of its pain. Hans kept walking across the land, with his school bag in his hand, watching swallows in the sky. He did not see that nearby was the river's edge, you see. Fish watched him, they numbered 3. Hans took one more step, then splash! He fell in, the fish did dash far away, the sound was loud, and had scared them in their crowd. Luckily there came 2 men with great big sticks right there and then they pulled sweet Hansie out. "Thank you both," young Hans did shout. He was wet as wet could be, and he did not feel good, you see. His arms, his face, his hair were wet, but the worst...
Benita, why are you pasting random bits from the Torah? Just I guess it's the Torah.
part had not come yet. Back there came the fishy crowd and laughed at Hans with voices loud. He watched his school bag drift away, but then he rushed back home that day, dried himself, and as a rule found a new bag to take to school. Now little Hans looks left and right when walking in the morning light. He tries hard to avoid the river. He doesn't want to once more shiver and get laughed at by those three fish. To stay dry is his only wish. He'll no more watch the sky while walking, but will while laying down and talking.
Right. Next.
Just come along.
Actually, wait, no, I can do the Beatles reference now. Number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9,
And learn
number
what's
9,
true
number
within
9,
my redemption.
number 9,
AU.
number 9.
Chapter 9. The Tale of Flying Robert. Good kids all know they should play indoors on a stormy day, but little Robert thought, no way, in the rain I'd like to play. And so when it began to pour, Robert walked right out the door with his umbrella on his shoulder to the fields where it was colder. The wind blew hard and fast and strong, and as it swiftly blew along, Robert felt it, poor young fella, and tightly held his red umbrella. But then the wind picked them up both. To this poor Robert felt quite loath. Then Robert flew more high, till his umbrella touched the sky. And most say that he flew away, but soon the storm did end that day. Robert stopped flying, and then he did grab onto a nearby tree. Then Robert climbed all the way down and went back home, and went back to his home in town. Now Robert loves to play inside, and from the storm he'd rather hide. He'd wait until the sun shines bright and everything out there looks right, for him to run outdoors and play. He's always feared storms since that day. It's not the thunder or the lightning, it's just the wind that Rob finds frightening.
Right. Now we come to the end. Come on. The entire finale, here we go.
Within my redemption, AU.
Here it comes.
And finally, Chapter 10. Outro. All the kids have formed a gang, so that together they can hang. Peter still stays neat and clean, but with his friends he will be seen. Friedrich comes every day and always brings his good dog Tray. Paulinchen comes with mints and mounts, she knows that fire safety counts. Conrad always joins his chums and then shows off his handsome thumbs. Caspar loves it with the group, he talks to them and shares his soup. Philip loves to run about, so do his...
Hang on a minute, I think I need to process exactly how thumbs can be handsome. Then again, this is Struvel Defender we're talking about. I wouldn't be surprised if she finds thumbs handsome.
His friends, without a doubt. Hans still likes looking at the sky. With him in the yard his pals lie. And Robert likes to stay indoors, but he still joins his friends for sure. The Struvel kids are best of friends, but that's not where their story ends. Each day more of it they will write, but right now they must say good night. And that, boys and girls, was the Struvelpeter Redemption AU by my very good friend Struvel Defender. Wasn't that a lovely story, boys and girls?
Little Caspar, why won't you eat? I thought you thought soup was awfully neat. Now
Is this a Mr. Sandman parody?
you complain whenever you get it. There's something wrong with you, I sure won't bet it. Caspar, what could it be? Making you whine out, no food for me. This is not so very neat. Little Caspar, why won't you eat? Strawberry fields forever.
What?
Where did they come from?
That's certainly a thing that happened. I know I'm suddenly in the mood for karaoke. I don't know what to karaoke though. Something public domain to karaoke. And that's Strivel Shorts! Mr. Mr. Sandman, man me a sand, make him the cutest man corridor who can. Make him two sands like fuck it. This is gonna get the stream demonetized, but fuck it. Here we go. Man me a sand, make him the cutest man corridor hook hand. Give him two hands like hands is and sands is. And I don't know how the rest of it goes correctly. I want to slur something. I don't know why. I just want to slur it. The lag of the music. If that's because of NVIDIA broadcast, I apologise. Yep. Yago Warner, I don't even know anymore. Yo. Does anybody ever know anything? Philosophy with Deuterium. Right. I suppose I'd best. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to turn that off as well. I'm going to see if I can share my screen properly. There we go. Can I just quickly change this? Change the cropping on this. Actually, I think the cropping's fine. Well, I'm turning off the telly because none to watch, is there? However, I'm obscured. I'm not actually researching anything either, so literally all I'm doing is recording now. Whilst I just put this on my main screen so that I can do this, and then this. There we go, that'll look a bit nicer now. Up. 5,815 words. This is probably going to be my longest script yet, and it's probably not going to get anywhere near the views any of my other videos have got. Words. Yes, Wurg. Unfortunately, we cannot meet up, even though Wurg is coming to the UK. Such a missed opportunity, but okay, Syrah. Right. Okay. Time to open up Audacity and do this thing. I know it's not your fault. Recording device, the regular 5.9. Oh, yeah, you did try, and that's the important part. It will happen. We will make it work one day. Anyways, let's get recording, shall we? Man, I've not recorded in a while, so I'm gonna need to test my mic first. La 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 la.
Little quiet. But I can make do. I can make do with this. This will do just fine. I have to lean over. This is going to make my model look so weird, isn't it? Right, okay. Here we go. Nevis was not a forgotten spot by any stretch. It was a major trading port. Actually, I should probably mention that Hamilton was born on Nevis. Yep. Yes. That's already been and gone. You guys already have the right to call me daddy. Hamilton was born on the island of Nevis, which was not a forgotten spot by any stretch of the imagination. Nevis was a major trading port. That'll do. Hamilton was born on the... Hang on, I need to change my playback device to my headphones. Hamilton was born on the island of Nevis, which was not a forgotten spot by any stretch of the imagination. I'm going to be running this through Adobe Enhance as well. We can hear. Good. Right. So his first refrain. So I'm going to go with... Okay, so here we go. Except it wasn't his first refrain, he was a published poet before that. Ron Chernow notes that Hamilton, when applying for Princeton College, and indeed King's College later, may have altered his birth year so as to appear younger and thus more appealing as a potential student. May have altered his birth year so as to appear younger and thus more appealing as a potential student. Therefore, any mention of Hamilton's age may here be inaccurate. Full of it debt-ridden. At least we presume, since all we have, and all Alexander had to go on, is the fact that after he left to collect a debt and never returned, he didn't send Rachel any money to support them. He didn't send his mother Rachel any money to support them. 2 years later, see Alex and his mother bedridden. Rachel Fawcett contracted yellow fever in 1768, 3 years after Hamilton was allegedly 10, at least according to the birth date used by Ron Chernow. And Alex got better. He didn't really get better. He suffered from kidney ailments as a result of his treatment. But his mother went quick. But only if you consider a week to 10 days, according to the World Health Organization. But only if you consider a week to 10 days, according to the World Health Organization, to be a quick death. Ring Guy, thank you for the, thingy. The dono, that's made it into the recording now. Okay, here he goes. His enemies destroyed his rep. Well, to be fair, he also destroyed a lot of his own rep, as the musical itself goes on to discuss. America forgot him. But apparently they remembered him enough to put his face on the $10 bill. John Laurens didn't, strictly speaking, die for Hamilton. He died in a different state, still fighting the war he hadn't realised had finished a year ago. The musical goes to great lengths to establish that Angelica loved Hamilton in a romantic sense, though beyond playful flirting, there is no evidence at all that this is actually true. There are multiple references made throughout the play to Hamilton being an immigrant.
Hamilton was, as mentioned before, born on the island of Nevis, which at the time was a British colony, making him a British citizen. New York, which he later moved to, was at the time also a British colony, thus technically not making him an immigrant. Aaron Burser. It's probably worth remembering for later songs that this song sets the beginning of the musical's events as the year 1776. This first meeting of Hamilton and Burr is completely fictionalized. It's also unlikely that Hamilton and Burr met in 1776 at all. While they may have passed by each other during their respective studies, it was likely not until the Revolutionary War Whilst they may have passed by each other during their respective studies, it was likely not until the Revolutionary War was underway in earnest that they met. Princeton College was not called Princeton College at that time. It was called the College of New Jersey. Story about punching the bursar. This story is admitted by Lin-Manuel Miranda to be made up for the sake of a rhyme. Hamilton is thought not to have been a violent person in any case, so it's unlikely that he would punch anyone, let alone a bursar. Burr's fast graduation was not on account of it being his parents' dying wish. In fact, he graduated at that speed thanks to his parents' connections to the college. This mass meeting of all four of these characters is wildly inaccurate. Hamilton first befriended Hercules Mulligan whilst applying for Princeton in 1773, or rather for the University... Hamilton befriended Mulligan first while applying for the College of New Jersey in 1773. He then met John Laurens in 1777 while serving on John Washington's staff. John Washington? Who the heck's John Washington? He met John Laurens in 1777 whilst serving on Washington's staff. The Marquis de Lafayette wasn't even in America in 1776. He left France in April 1777. 2 pints of Sam Adams. Sam Adams branded beer was introduced over 200 years after this... Sam Adams branded beer was introduced over 200 years after this play's events. Whilst Sam Adams the man did inherit his father's brewery, it is very unlikely that the beer would have been referred to solely as Sam Adams beer back in 1776. Lynn admits on Genius that Mulligan being a bit of a horn dog was more for the funny and isn't really accurate. I wish there was a war. This song is set in 1776, but the Revolutionary War began in 1775, so there kind of already was a war. Moving on to my shot. I'm gonna get a scholarship to King's College. But he was already a King's College student by 1776. Only 19, but my mind all... Business Insider claims Hamilton was about 20 or 21 in 1776. Though as previously mentioned, Hamilton did lie about his age in the past, and the source they cited claims his age is imprecise. So I'll leave this one open for debate. Essentially, they tax us relentlessly. This wasn't the main grievance of the Americans during that period. It was more to do with having their taxes decided for them whilst not having a voice in Parliament. American taxes at the time were actually lower than those in Britain. It would be quite a stretch to say that... It would be quite a stretch to imply that the Marquis de Lafayette was anti-monarchist in any way. He supported King... I've forgotten what that number is. 16th. He supported King Louis XVI and the idea of constitutional... He supported King Louis XVI and the idea of a constitutional monarchy, and he actually helped the king during the storming of the Bastille. I'm a tailor's apprentice. No, he wasn't. He was actually a full-fledged tailor at the time. This implication that Burr is sort of cautiously supportive of the regime... This implication that Burr is kind of cautiously supportive of the revolution at this point is rather inaccurate. In actual fact, Aaron Burr fought in the revolution under his own steam in 1775. I somehow doubt that Hamilton would refer to the gods like that, since he was a Christian. A bunch of revolutionary manumission abolitionists. What the heck even is this line? Manumission is the formal procedure by which a slave is freed, so a manumission abolitionist would be somebody who wants to abolish manumission? That seems kind of counterintuitive. I never had a group of friends before. Maybe so, but these were not his first friends. He had made a friend in childhood by the name of Edward Stevens, the son of a merchant who had taken him in after his first cousin's suicide. Let's get this guy in front of a crowd. Except Hamilton had already been in front of a crowd at least once by that point. I'm not too loud for the stream, by the way, am I? The story of tonight gets a pass because I couldn't find any glaring inaccuracies in that one. The Schuyler sisters now. According to one blogger, there doesn't seem to be much evidence of the Schuyler sisters gallivanting through New York. So I'll tentatively call this one an unproven claim or possible invention rather than a flat-out inaccuracy. This depiction of Peggy being the reserved one is probably not very accurate. This depiction of Peggy as the reserved sister is probably... This interpretation of Peggy is probably quite a stretch. Far from the reserved depiction here, her contemporaries described her as having a wicked wit and being endowed with a rare accuracy of judgment in men and things. This song, and A Winter's Ball after it, imply that Aaron Burr was a bit of a womanizer. Not all historical accounts concur with this. Nancy Eisenberg, for instance, claims that such an image of Burr was basically conjured up by his political adversaries, and not entirely true. Common Sense was published anonymously, and contemporary praise for the book professed not to know who had written it, so it's likely that she wouldn't have known who the author was either. And we're compelled to include women in the sequel. A statement like this would have likely been downright radical in the... A statement like this would have likely been downright... A statement like this would have likely been downright... I keep saying downright. A statement such as this would likely have been downright radical in the late 18th century. At that point, feminism was a fledgling movement, and it wouldn't be until 1792, over a decade after this song takes place, that Mary Wollstonecraft's A Vindication of the Rights of Women, often seen as the first feminist manifesto, would be published. Throughout the musical, Elizabeth Schuyler is referred to as Eliza colloquially. It's more likely she would have been more often referred to as Betsy by family and friends, if letters are anything to go by. Farmer refuted.
Swarm yawn. Thing indeed.
There are 4 things wrong with Farmer refuted. First of all, this entire exchange happened between 1774 and 1775. 1 to 2 years before the events that the musical says is happening. One to 2 years before the musical's established start date of 1776. Secondly, Samuel Seabury did not present his free thoughts on the proceedings of the Continental Congress in public. He published them as a pamphlet in 1774. Not to mention, he also didn't publish them under his own name. He published them under the pseudonym A.W. Farmer, hence the name Farmer Refuted. Hamilton also did not respond publicly. He first published a full vindication of measures of Congress in 1774, then the Farmer Refuted in 1775. Again, I couldn't really find much to actually pick apart in You'll Be Back either, so I'm going to just move on to Right Hand Man. There's quite a big actual time jump between the events of You'll Be Back and Right Hand Man, as the events of Right Hand Man actually do take place in 1776. The musical simplifies the historical chronology here. Hamilton and Mulligan stole the British cannons in August 1775, not during the Battle of Brooklyn in 1776. Hamilton and his artillery company saw battle at the tail end of the British conquest of New York City, in the Battle of White Plains. Incidentally, I'm pretty sure that's a quote. Incidentally, I think that might be a quote from Genius, so yes. The actual number of troops that the British landed seems to vary depending on who you ask. Battlefields.org claims 20,000, Britannica claims 30,000, and Mount Vernon.org claims the musical 32,000. Hamilton also didn't steal any cattle. He didn't steal any cattle, he definitely didn't. Hamilton also didn't steal any cannons in the Battle of Long Island. This happened again the previous year in 1775. George Washington didn't immediately dismiss Burr like that. Burr did actually serve on Washington's staff for 10 days in 1776. This exchange between Burr and Hamilton may very well not have happened either. Several sources quote Hamilton as joining George Washington as an aide-de-camp in 1777, a year after Burr's 10-day stint.
It's a daylight savings time thing, Tarania.
The Pirates of Penzance reference, while tactful, actually kind of understates George Washington's rank. Washington was a general. Which is 2 ranks above a major general. Hamilton couldn't have volunteered John Lawrence and Marquis de Lafayette because he didn't know them at the time. He did, though, allegedly recommend Mulligan, leading to him becoming an intelligence operator for Washington. Okay, now we're on to A Winter's Ball. The feral tomcat anecdote is more than likely not true, and Miranda begrudgingly admitted so in a tweet from 2015. Is it a question of if, but, or which one? Except by that point he kind of already had his eyes firmly fixed on Elizabeth Schuyler. He had already met Elizabeth in 1777 and was a regular visitor to her aunt's home where she was staying. In fact, he had already met Elizabeth in 1777 and was a regular visitor to her aunt's home where she was staying. Moving on to Helpless. I've never been the type to try and grab the spotlight. This is a pretty contentious line. According to Ron Chernow, Elizabeth Schuyler's contemporaries described her as, for instance, being energetic and having a strong character, and another source described her as being a lively person. This may be me being slightly too nitpicky, but if it was a hot night, why is it described earlier as a winter's ball? If it was winter, it would be a pretty cold night, wouldn't it? This scene seems to imply again that this was Hamilton and Eliza's first meeting, which was... This scene seems to imply again that this was Hamilton and Elizabeth's first meeting, which, as we have already established, it was not. They had already met, again, in 1777. If you really loved me, you would share him. This is a quote from Angelica Schuyler, but it comes from a later letter from 1794, not 1780. Hamilton didn't wine and dine with Philip Schuyler as his proposal, or ask... Hamilton didn't wine and dine with Philip Schuyler as his proposal, or ask for his blessing directly. More to the point, Philip also did not give it directly. He accepted the proposal in a letter after discussing it with his wife. Be true. That doesn't really convey Philip's mood about the whole affair. Chernow claims the letter he wrote Hamilton was businesslike. Moving on to Satisfied. Angelica was already married by this point, so she would not, and indeed could not, be a maid of honour. Neither would the love triangle that the musical implies existed have been a thing. While Alexander and Angelica were very close, often to the point that they were mistaken for lovers, they were still just friends. My name is Angelica Schuyler. I suspect that Alexander would have known that already. I don't have exact dates because trying to find them was an absolutely infuriating task, but between the Winter's Ball and his marriage to Elizabeth, Chernow claims Hamilton had already gotten to know the entire Schuyler family. I'm a girl in a world in which my only job is to marry which my father had no sons. Yes, he did! Lynn actually admits this one too, so no, it would not have fallen onto her... Lynn actually admits this one too, so no, it would not have fallen onto her shoulders to marry rich either. Story to Night Prize. Again, the musical is fudging the order of events. Hamilton was actually the last of his friends to be married. Murrigan, the Marquis de Lafayette, and John Lawrence all married before him. Ignore them, congrats to you, Lieutenant Colonel. Except this actually happened long before Hamilton's wedding. I also couldn't find any inaccuracies in Wait For It, and that's largely a monologue by Burr anyway, so let's move on to Stay Alive. Instead of me, he promotes Charles Lee, makes him second in command. Charles Lee was already second in command since 1775. I asked for French aid, I pray that France has sent a ship. Again, that might have happened long before the events of this song, and even before the events of Helpless. I'm a general. Whee! That's a bit of an oversimplification. Lee was not stupid by any stretch. Lee was not stupid by any stretch. He actually had quite a reputation owing to his actions in the war, not least his defence of Charleston in 1776. He had also been second in command to Washington since 1775, and was reinstated in 1778 after returning from capture by the British. The American army had already been using tactics like this, called partisan warfare and later referred to as guerrilla warfare, for 5 years already. I go back to New York on my apprenticeship. He didn't go back to New York, he had been there the whole time. Also, as before mentioned, he had long been a full-fledged tailor by this time. 1,000 soldiers die in 100-degree heat. Actually, this is an exaggeration. 1,000-odd soldiers either died or were wounded, says Chernow. Charles Lee was left behind without a pot to piss in. This is a bit of a distortion. Rather than being left behind, he was court-martialed and suspended from the Continental Army for a year. Washington could not be left alone to his devices. This bit was actually done in a pair of open letters entitled A Vindication to the Public and Some Queries Political and Military, neither of which actually mentioned Washington by name, and to which Lawrence responded with 10 commandments. This is a pretty well executed Biggie Smalls reference, but probably not an accurate representation of the actual dueling code used around that time. There are various examples throughout history of dual commandments, some of which, for instance the Irish Code Duello, ostensibly drawn up in 1777, are likely to be fabrications. The closest set to the slimmed-down rules here used is, according to Diane L. Durante, the Code of Honour, or Rules for the Government of Principals and Seconds in Dueling, by one John Lyde Wilson, which was first published in 1858, long after this particular duel. Duel before the sun is in the sky, pick a place to die where it's high and dry. Except this particular rule couldn't have possibly been followed even if it was part of the real... Except this particular rule couldn't have possibly been followed. Except this particular rule couldn't have possibly been followed in this particular duel, even if it was part of their real dueling code. This duel took place at 3:30 in the afternoon. Aaron Burr was not Charles Lee's second. That was one Major Evan Edwards. Moving on to Meet Me Inside. Charles Lee did not yield upon being shot. According to the record of the event, both Lee and Lawrence wanted to fire again. Hamilton and Edwards were the ones to eventually talk them out of it. Here, the musical kind of knits together events that are... Here, the musical knits together events that are... Here, the musical knits together events that are... Here, the musical knits together events that are 3 years apart. The Lee-Lawrence duel happened in 1778, and the exchange leading to Hamilton leaving Washington's command occurred in 1781. The song implies that the Lee-Lawrence duel constituted the reason why Washington sacked Hamilton. In actual fact, it was a lot more drawn out than that. Tensions had been mounting between the two for a while, and eventually they parted after Hamilton elected to wait for him in the wrong place. This is in itself another inaccuracy in the song. This is itself another inaccuracy in the play. Washington and Hamilton did not meet in Washington's office, though Hamilton thought he was supposed to. In fact, Washington had been waiting on the stairs for 10 minutes, according to him, but Hamilton himself disputed that. After this incident, Washington actually sent Lieutenant Colonel Trench Tillman to try and get him back, but Hamilton refused. That would be enough. Given the typical gestation period of human beings, Philip may have been conceived after Hamilton resigned from his post. He was born in January of 1782, which means that he was probably conceived sometime in April of 1781, and Hamilton wrote to Philip Schuyler to inform of it. And Hamilton wrote to Philip Schuyler to inform him of his resignation from Washington. And Hamilton wrote to Philip Schuyler to inform him of his resignation from Washington's command in February of that year. Well, that's hurting my neck, so I'm just going to hold up my microphone to my mouth. Moving on to guns and ships. While technically the first shower was patented in England around 13 to 14 years before the events of this song, the events of this song,
Right, I must apologise. Things are going very wrong today. Give me just a second, I need to wash my hands. Yep, you've just been treated to the sound of me washing my hands. Look, that's my other... That's my PS2 keyboard. Come on, off you get, you silly thing. Okay. Right. I'm going to try and fiddle with the settings for my mic. See what's going on here. Input. Right, what's going on here? Testing. Apparently it's quite quiet. What's going on there? Very odd. Right. I'm going to try something else. Well, it is definitely turned on. Let me just turn the thingy up. Testing again. What's going on? Right, can you guys hear me now? Am I audible? Am I still audible, as a matter of fact? And am I still audible now? Well, probably less so now, but I'm definitely back, I think. Give me just a minute. I'm going to go and... I'm just going to go and wash my hands again. Okay, I think I know part of what's going on. I think what's gone on is, I think something's gone wrong with NVIDIA Broadcast. Hang on a sec. Stanza, hi, I just gotta go wash my hands, I'll be right back. Right, I'm back again. Okay. Save it to my desktop. Well, I've done a good amount of recording in any case. I'm going to go back to... bounce quickly back to the chat screen whilst I set VC Face back up. And hope that it doesn't go completely mental. It's needed to use. Is it using the right mic even? Is the video broadcast still working? Apparently so. Hang on a second. Right, NVIDIA Broadcast is messed up. Never mind. Not the biggest of deals if NVIDIA Broadcast messes up. Well, as is stream tradition, we all know what happens when something goes wrong on the stream. We all know what happens. We all know what must be done. We all know that when something goes wrong on the stream, it's time for Far Cry 2. If only for about 15 minutes. I've just got to hide my screen quickly. Whilst game loads up, because I know that it loads up in the wrong resolution every time. Yeah, here we go, thought so. So I gotta go. Do. Oh, things are going really weird this time. Oh gosh, no, even Far Cry 2 didn't want to work properly there. Change to another resolution. Swap back to my full screen res. Wait for reshade to behave itself. Well, I'm back. Far Cry 2 is sentient. Good grief, no. Story mode. Where was I even? Come on, reshade. Load up. I That is a far cry from Hamilton, indeed. Right, 15 minutes of Far Cry 2, then it'll be Jackbox time. Also, hi Stans, I hope you're still there. Hope all is well, and I hope the background noise from our mic isn't too bad either. Come on, you silly game, load up. Okay, so apparently last I was playing this game I was there. What's my current mission even? I don't have any. Okay. Right, that's fair. Okay. There's nothing need to turn up Mike's bar, so let's drive over to Port Soleo. Ooh, there's a thingy I haven't unlocked there. Speaking of Far Cry, I've been playing quite a lot of Far Cry 6 lately. Welcome to middle of buttfuck nowhere, Africa. I've just unlocked a safe house by killing everyone in the vicinity. Might as well go into it. Make sure I've got plenty of syringes. Right now, where was my vehicle? I don't care where it was because I'm going to use this one instead. Oh, yeah, it's R talking map, isn't it? Did I map it to R or did I map it to... I've forgotten which button I've mapped to open the map. Oh yeah, I mapped it to V. There we go, boys and girls, etc. Random car in the middle of the road. No, it's not a random car in the middle of the road, it's a guy who's been waiting in the bushes to kill me for some reason. Because this is Far Cry 2 in which everyone is out to get you. Yes, you have. Die. Boom. Just for that, I'm going to take you guys' car. Far Cry 2 is described by dudes where everyone's out to get you. Everyone and everything, apparently. There's diamonds nearby, but I literally have no need for diamonds anymore because I've got all the weapons I need. I hope this whole 15 minutes isn't just going to be me driving back to Port Soleo. And look, more guys just shooting at me for literally no reason other than the fact that I'm there. At least in Far Cry 3 and 4 it was like established that you're like to be shot on sight. Milo Yol GD, welcome to the stream, how you doing? Don't tell me they're using soup guns. Nope. If only they were, frankly. It would make things so much easier.
This area's under ceasefire, do not piss about.
Alright, then I won't piss about. I'll piss where you're supposed to piss.
What do you want? Open your bloody eyes. That's far enough.
You know the drill. No weapons.
Okay. Okay, fucking take him. Save box. Might as well use it. Is it going to do that thing again where it, like, takes ages to refresh the save list because I have so many saves? Yes, it is. Never mind.
Now you have to tell me where you managed to find this thing.
Doesn't bloody matter. Just think.
But a bottle like this, you wouldn't see it. This situation is becoming quite serious. We
Hello,
need to
Oliver
put this matter
Tambosser.
under control and quickly. I want to discuss some work with you.
How about some bloody work then? Come.
Ah, so you hate professors too.
Quiet.
You know your stones. Just hit east to the polytech and kill Unia. Done. Do some damage. Shriek.
Now I know exactly what's going to happen. Frank Builders is going to call me up and say, "Here, man, let's do something else instead." I'm just waiting for your call now, Frank. There it is.
Make a fucking dig, mate. Frank, meet me over the rubbish dump, will you? Cheers.
I'm going completely the wrong way anyway. Yep, see, knew it. Every mission in Far Cry 2 just has exactly the same fucking formula. Hey, Ryu. Oh great, more guys randomly shooting at me for literally no reason other than the fact that I'm there. See, have these douchebags followed me? Sure hope not. Oh, no fucking way. They were bloody following me! Man was bloody following me! Literally for no reason. At least it's better than the vanilla game, because this is modded. At least it's better than the vanilla game, where literally everyone would chase you to the ends of the earth for the crime of existing. This entry is pretty laughable if you think about it.
What about you?
Hello, Frank.
There's a pair of cunts walking the face there. I mean to take them both out eventually, but today
That's
I've
Adi
got other business,
Bantue.
and you can help me execute, so to speak. Before you head off to the school, do us a favour and nip up to the Spoko crossing. There's a telecom station there. It's got a binder inside. I need it.
They've got a binder inside and you need it, so you're a trans man?
Contains maps showing all the cell phone towers. Smugglers use them as landmarks because Christ knows there isn't any architecture. Before you kill Saturnia, get him on a sat phone to message a certain pilot friend of his. Misdirections, you drop zone location. Binders in the old telecom station at the border crossing.
Far Cry 2, a game where they managed to make everyone sound like they'd phoned in their lines. Somehow they managed to make every single character make it sound like they'd phoned their lines in. I once read a YouTube comment like defending the Jackal's voice acting in this game. The really boring voice acting of the Jackal again. Like, oh, it's exactly how a psychopath would talk. It's exactly how somebody who is phoning in their lines would talk. I'll tell you how a psychopath talks. Listen to Vas in Far Cry 3. I have so many ways to describe Far Cry 2. Most of them are disparaging. Which is probably not fair on the game, since it's not that bad. It's just ridiculous in so many ways. Especially in its attempts to be realistic. Which often end up just being hilarious, sometimes. And also not fun. Are they shooting at me, or are they shooting at the, their... Well, something exploded, so that's a thing. Screw the beaten track, I'm just gonna go wherever. Wah! Honestly, it's probably a miracle that I could play this game at 165 frames per second and it doesn't go completely batshit on me. Because I've heard tell that this game at even higher frame rates than this can go completely mental. And there's the weapon jamming. A mechanic which never returned for good reason. Because it was rubbish. Not even in Africa do weapons jam that often. Grenade. There are a lot of guys here.
Over here.
I've actually forgotten what I'm doing. What I'm doing here, because the missions in this game just blend into one. Get shat on, bitch. Oh yeah, I forgot, you can only have 3 weapons in this game. Not counting your machete. Right, where's my target? That way, okay. This way, alright. There's my... That's what I'm looking for. I have that bottle of water. Because as everybody knows, H2O is a panacea that can cure anything.
Hey, come here.
Coast is clear over the Polytech. Good hunting, man.
Well, now I don't have a vehicle, so I'm going to have to just save my game when it hits 9:30. Yeah, both of those cars are on fire, so I can't really use them, can I? Driving cars that are on fire is generally not a good idea. What do the colours in your names mean? I have literally no idea. I think they're randomly assigned. There are so many Far Cry purists that think this game is like, ooh, it's the best Far Cry because it's the most immersive and the most like, Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, but Primal has it beat. Primal has this game beat for immersion. Also, it's 9:30, so I've got to save the game. Jackbox starts now. Yes, it does. So I'm out of it. Time to box some jacks. Let's do some t-shirt drawing and knitting. Let's go. Let's do some TKO, shall we? Let's fucking go. Let's two, hide that room code. Wherever it is. Here we go. Let's pick my favourite character quick because I like this character. Nietzsche. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Fight!
Welcome to TKO. I am the Tournament Master. I'd tell you my real name, but your fragile human minds couldn't comprehend it. Plus, I'm terrified of cyberspace identity theft. I have lured you all here to T-Shirt Island to take part in a T-Shirt battle to the death. Also, the Fire Spirits are having this party later. Everyone's bringing a date, so I thought one of you... forget it, I'm kidding. Let's just do the tournament.
Let's do it.
Your journey to victory begins here, at the training grounds. You will use your device to draw 3 drawings. Draw whatever your heart desires, like literally anything, it doesn't matter. But if you need an idea, hit the suggestion button. Begin your first drawing now.
I remember really liking the music from TKO.
That timer's not for decoration. Finish quickly. Not bad, but let's see a little variety this time. You can change your line thickness with that little button, you know. Begin drawing 2.
Rig roll. Apparently so. I just bounced a hazelnut off my teeth. Yeah, that's true. Rick actually is British.
Make haste before time runs out. One drawing to go. Let your freak flag fly, man. Begin.
Oh, he's Lancashire. I see. I'd really love to play this with like some of my artist friends. Don't tell us what you've drawn.
Time grows short. Hurry up and finish already. Yes, I think we can work with these. For your last exercise, you will write as many slogans or phrases as you can. These have nothing to do with your drawing, so just put those out of your mind. And don't forget that suggestion button if you're stumped. Go! Keep those slogans coming. Only seconds remain.
I think I got a few
You
in.
really dug deep that time.
I got 6 in, dang.
Your training is complete. Now point your eyes at your device. The fates have blessed you with a series of pictures and slogans. Select one of each to create your t-shirt champion. I don't want to pressure you, but a lot is riding on this. Oh, very clever. I can wait no longer. Let the tournament begin.
Jesus, to get my gamer t-shirt, maybe.
Gauntlet 1
Shirt.
versus fight using your
Bottom text
devices.
versus where did they come from? not some text. It wins every time.
A new challenger appears.
Soup gun, it's finger licking good. Alright. Oh, so close.
A new challenger appears.
That one, that's, that's funny. Hang on a second, I need my water.
Versus.
I have my water.
Engage in an altercation.
That was actually mine.
Versus. Fight. The tie goes to the defender. A new challenger appears. Battle. A tie won't cut it. The defender wins. A new challenger appears.
Dudex Werg OTP. I shall not be voting for that one because it's got Mr. Yuck on it.
The reigning champion wins ties. Next time, get more votes.
How could you describe the OTP as yuck?
Oh, I need a breather. Let's take a training break. Use your devices to enter one new drawing and as many new slogans as you wish. Mind like water, and go! That time is not for decoration. Finish quickly. Make some words. before time runs out. The second gauntlet is at hand, and the ethereal algebra of chance has redistributed your drawings and slogans. Begin your new shirt design now.
Oh, look. See ya, Ari Platty. Good to see ya.
This ought to be good. Gauntlet 2
Here we go.
versus
Mr. Yuck is green, and he wants your spleen.
Ugh, I hate ties. Let's just go with this one.
Yes, I know, Mr. Yuck. I was the one that drew the Mr. Yuck thing for the last round.
Versus
Listen to the mushrooms. Tell me the name of God, you fungal piece of shit! I love that meme. Love it.
versus
Why when I don't use the wank to wash for intended purpose? Oh no! It's like that flippin' Japanese food processor with a sign on it that said, "Not to be used for the other use." What is the other use of a food processor? For crying out loud.
versus fight.
You lost your own slogan. Hoist by your own petard! Luchable. Haha!
Versus
Mad respect for the poker art.
attack.
Scunge!
Versus
Pute Dawn.
engage one another in violence.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it, but you're cutting it fine. Tutory indeed.
Versus
Angie Man hates you.
break. I mean, fight.
My cousin used to have personas he'd put on for Jackbox games. One was called Eyebrows John, and he was very strange. Weakest Link has got our winner.
The final gauntlet is here, and only the best shirts.
Nicholas
from the previous
Machado,
rounds remain.
welcome to my
Ends here.
world. Won't you come on in? I don't know how the rest of the thing goes.
Versus fight. A tie vote so soon? Well, personally, I like this one.
Hooray! I like that one. Winner!
I think we all learned a lot here today. About t-shirts and about ourselves. Oh, I love you guys.
Nietzsche, who's up? Cyrix, is that you? Very well. Blather around sounds good to me. Please get a stream deck or something. See you, Nicholas. Have a nice dinner. Dine thee well. If someone donates £30, I might actually buy one of the TKO t-shirts. Wait, no, that's the wrong game entirely. And I can't afford it. So I clicked on the wrong game because I'm an idiot. Blather Round is the game I wanted, not Jamped Up. Get your butts in here. And I can't afford it. I'm a teaching assistant. I can't afford anything. Mr. Long-legged waggy.
Welcome to Blather.
That was a weird lag.
I've never seen a group of people look so fabulous. I don't know what to do with my hands. You're going to present a secret prompt. Lie? Moby Dick. You'll describe it to everyone else with sentences like this one. Now, you can change some of these words, but your options are very limited. Everyone else will be guessing, while you make more elaborate sentences.
Mr. Long-legged Mac Daddy.
It's a lot like Free Willy 2.
Moby Dick.
Be fast to win big. And teamwork is rewarded. So talk out loud and work together.
Taifu is a pretender. PG Tips is the original. And the best. Round one.
There's a list of prompts. Pick the one you like. Word to the wise. The harder words are worth more points.
This might be interesting. Yorkshire tea.
Now you're going to crack a
To be fair, I like to buy Twinings when I need to buy somebody something fancy.
You'll see 2 word columns.
I'll buy people like 2
Words
boxes of
to build a
Twinings
sentence
tea.
Describing your prompt, and then tap submit when you're finished. Oh, and you can choose more than one word in each column if you want to get creative. You're the first sacrifice. I mean player. Player is what I said. They pick place.
It's obeyed environment.
Obeyed environment.
Fun really begins. Start guessing. That means everyone in the audience too. In the meantime, the presenter will write another sentence.
London.
Hell.
It's where you study the beast bunch.
Beast. Hogwarts.
It's nothing like London.
When the presenter uses
So much bull. NYC.
Labyrinth. It's anti-station. North Pole. Strip club. Strip club.
It has the same vibe as Lapland.
that's a fancy sentence.
Got it. Bam, bam, bam.
Someone got it.
Win. Yep.
That was great. And hey, here are some points for everyone who contributed a helpful guess. The category is thing.
The North Pole isn't Antarctica.
It's a soft gadget.
Here we go.
Furby.
Pink.
Pillow.
Event. Pillow.
Tamagotchi.
Blankets.
Nintendo Switch. Kirby.
Towel.
Phone.
Daddy Ruxpin.
Stuffed animal.
Dress wall.
Oven. Plushie. Another clue.
Give us more. We need more of this. Kind of similar to Plushie and
It's
Stress
kinda similar
Ball.
to Plushie and Stress Ball.
Teddy bear.
Something ball.
Squish. Allow.
That's a yawn. Talk about trendy.
What a sweet little sentence.
Squishmallow.
Features.
Selfie.
Mochi.
Egg beater.
The timer stops for no.
It is used for the wrist. How would I know?
Sweatband.
Watch.
Slap band. Watch. Poppet.
Poppet, isn't that what the... That's Little Big Planet, Poppet.
Like that, we're down to the wire.
Ha 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 ha.
Wristband.
Ha 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 ha.
It stings. The prompt was not guessed correctly.
Oh, it's a scrunchie.
If you saw the
Scrunchies
answer,
aren't used for the wrist.
oh, that makes sense. Then hit my
They're used for your
button.
hair, not for your wrist. Thou stingus dongus.
Thing.
It's a squishy multicolored object.
Off you go.
Stress ball.
Wrists.
Genghis Khan.
Stress ball.
It signifies the creature.
Ball.
Nothing like stress ball and beach ball. So it's not a ball.
It's nothing like stressful.
Chewy.
Chewy.
Plushie. Sour Patch Kids.
Tamagotchi.
Gum.
Chocolate.
Gay bacon.
Chewing gum.
Sim.
Gay pride.
It has the same vibe as Sour Patch Kids gum. It is devoured by the family.
Misha.
Oh, what a tasty sentence.
Popcorn.
Gummy bear. Me.
Rainbow drops.
People. Let day one.
I'm surprised that the text-to-speech actually managed to get that right. Galadois has the same vibe as Gummy Frog, Gummy Shark, and Gummy Bear, so it's a gummy of sorts.
Same vibe as Gummy Frog, Gummy Shark, and Gummy Bear.
Ah! I was seconds away from typing that! Yeah. Whew. A jackdaw! I knew it from the gummy animals too.
It's a horrible tiny country thing.
Off you go.
Spain.
E. Mexico. Panhandle.
Lemon.
Fermented by the...
Fermented by the soul. Liquid sauce.
India.
Safe.
Czechia. South Korea.
Oh, kimchi! To be fair, I wouldn't have got that.
I don't even need to drink the rest of my caffeine milk.
Yeah, in Candyland, the food chain probably does run backwards, probably. Speaking of which, have you seen that new FNAF ripoff called Candyland with a K? It's already got NFTs, and it looks
Perfect. I happen to be a person myself.
like it could be good, but it's just another FNAF ripoff.
They're a wonderful young creature.
Here we go again.
Cleveland, AA. Lee.
Taylor Momsen.
Willy Wonka, Maine. Peter. In Burton.
Tika.
Adam Sandler. Donald.
They are in a relationship with the guy.
Wonderful things.
Demogorgon. Noise.
Demogorgon.
Helium.
Ryan.
Taylor Swift.
Zendaya.
Petra. Beyonce.
They're more famous than me, Sri Lanka, and Taylor Momsen. That's pretty cray-cray.
Wow, that sentence could fit in the palm of my hand.
That's interesting. The text-to-speech just turned off.
Jessica Rabbit.
Now it's back on. That's odd.
They're nothing like Great Fire of London, Melania Trump, and Brian.
What?
That's not helpful.
Wow, that's a jumbo sentence.
Um.
Time
No, someone in the audience has got it.
I think our audience is getting.
They are the food. I feel like I should know this.
Only a few seconds left.
Oh, it's the green M&M.
Just in the nick of time.
Good lord.
Is that a very long series of clues or a very short novella? You're the last presenter this round.
Okay.
The category is person.
I think I've got quite the challenge, and I didn't get many words for my first one.
They're in live, not youthful person.
Here we go.
Three names and down. M. Jude.
Three. They invent the royalty.
Lee.
They would be friends with Russell Crowe.
King Charles III.
MWT. MHT.
He's so bearded.
A mini sentence
Steve
from
Irwin.
Maximum Impact.
Peter Jackson. Gandalf. Huey.
GDB. RGB. R.
William Hunt.
Known for the ordinary war season.
Somebody's throwing Henry VIII.
Putin.
George III.
Prince Charles.
I don't even know.
Oh, time is ticking. Hurry, hurry.
T.S. Eliot. Shakespeare. Shakespeare.
L. Frank.
They're an old figure. J.K.
Time
Rowling.
is almost up.
J.K. Rowling. They're younger than Albert Einstein.
I'm trying, I swear! It's George R.R. Martin!
At least the audience figured it out.
Game of Thrones guy!
If at first you don't succeed, you end up where we are now.
Ordinary war season.
Now the first round's done. Let's take a peek at the score.
Invent the royalty celebrated for the
Look
literature.
at all those numbers. They certainly mean things in relation to each other. You bet.
I nearly had celebrated for the mortal writing, which might have got you. Might have got it.
Double the points. Double the fun.
Da, 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 da.
Practically an expert at picking prompts. Pick the prompt you're most familiar with. Or just close your eyes, stab the screen, and
Stab the screen.
write a sentence to describe your new prompt. Tap a word to put it in your sentence. Tap it again to take it out. You got this.
By the way, any word in the question that has like an underline, you can change.
Once again, you're up.
So if it says the, so the or a.
It's a thick goo.
And we're off.
Slime.
Mm.
Slime.
Gum.
It needs the specimen.
Papier mache.
Petri dish.
Jelly.
Petroleum jelly.
What?
It's a lot like cum. Oh, good grief.
Let me just say what I was.
Gummy worm.
Jello.
Disgusting but helpful.
Hope you're not thinking count.
So it's not agar agar.
No. No. Sugar.
Period life.
Egg. Meat. Flour.
Preserve.
Sorry.
Talk about putty.
What a sweet little sentence. So small, so cute.
How is Pudsey the Bear anything like cum?
Cheese.
Same vibe as period blood discharge and meth.
The same vibe as period blood.
Ew.
discharge, And meth.
I'm just typing random crap.
Snack. Oh, so it's definitely something edible.
Take some big swings.
And it's not cream cheese. Yummier than Pudsey the Bear. I don't even want to think about the implications of them. Microwave technology. I don't know. Okay, what was it? Hot Pockets?
Don't feel bad. Some
How in the world are Hot Pockets like cum?
ringy ding ding. You're guessing a thing.
How could Hot Pockets be described as being like cum?
Let's do this.
Okay, found in the same place as phone. Nietzsche, please stop it.
You made that sentence really quick. Good for you.
Oh, it's an AirPods? How are Apple Pen and AirPods the same thing? What the AirPods and an Apple Pen are not the same thing.
So it begins.
This is getting weird. Oh, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch.
How did you do that so fast?
That was well guessed.
Making the sentences so good.
At least that was helpful to some extent. Oop, I go again.
The category is person.
This is going to be fun.
Let's get the presentation started.
This game is so close.
They survive lots of crime.
Siri,
Transmogrifier.
Alexa,
Oh, hang on.
Miranda.
They have the same vibe as I and Siri. He's so futuristic.
Aw, look how little that sentence is. I love it.
Waggy's got it. It's RoboCop. TGPGP. Oh, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. I see.
Look at you being fancy and clever and smart and perfect. The category is story.
It's a story about an evil, nice protagonist.
Here we go.
Gingerbread Man. Frida. Super Mario Brothers.
The Emperor's New Groove.
Stock it to us. Come on.
Deadpool.
Sausages?
And a small good Mr. Neighborhood.
The Cat in the Hat.
The cat.
One. A mini yellow goon.
An amuse-bouche of a sentence. Love it.
Horton here's Adu.
Oh, hang on. Haha, got it. Mini yellow goon. Minions.
Bam! You destroyed that round. Last but not least, it's you. The category is place.
It's a fantastic land extreme world.
Time to begin.
Mexico.
The UAE.
Monaco.
Switzerland. UAE.
Japan.
Dubai.
Fifth Avenue.
Heaven.
South. Liechtenstein. Luxembourg. It's where you visit the individual. New York.
The Motherland.
Broadway.
Buckingham Palace.
We must have a psychic on our hands.
I spelled it completely wrong and yet it picked it up correctly, so... Yeah, that's fine.
Time for the grand reveal.
Can't spawn minions without Minnie. Who's our winner?
It gives me great pleasure.
Dan Daniel, you're our winner.
Is... Nice job, acquaintance.
Pick our third game.
Thanks for playing. Now it's time for my dinner. A packet of flour tortillas and a glass of milk.
Patently stupid. Okay, it sounds good to me. Wait, hang on, no, that's not right. Should be fun. Wait, no, I've just opened up Uplay. Just so it doesn't obscure the screen. Ubisoft Connect, please don't.
Earl Grey for Margaret. Earl Grey for Margaret.
Lemonade for Tara, small lemonade for Tara.
Okay. Oh yeah, I need to start from the thing. Ding
Everybody,
dong.
please make sure you're.
Ding dang dong. Indeed, let's solve issues that nobody has.
My name is Toby, and this is my ex-wife.
Lena!
And together, we are about to change your lives.
That's right.
Oh, bless you, two needs to go.
Packed room of 8, but more importantly, this room
Away
is
he goes.
packed with future millionaires.
Great. So now that the doors are securely locked, let's get down to brass tacks. How are we going to make you rich?
Simple. By unlocking your potential. The potential to invent. And as Lena said, the doors are securely locked. Kicking them can only injure you.
Now everybody knows the best inventions solve big problems.
That's right, Lena.
Let's
To
play.
identify those big problems, we'll need to do something we call market research.
On your device, you're going to proceed to fill in the blank prompts. Type in anything at all.
And voila, you've created a problem.
Now your created problems get sent to the other attendees to inspire their creative masterpieces.
So let's get to it.
That was a yawn. Fortune favors the tellers, you know, when it comes to fortune telling. Ah!
That's half your time. Now look at
Okay.
your device. You've got somebody else's problems.
Been there.
Yay for blow high.
The one you want to solve.
Fantastic. Now it's time to solve that problem.
That's right. This is when ideas become reality, using nothing but a pen and paper.
But we ran out of paper, so you'll have to use some cocktail napkins.
And don't forget to spice it up with a little color.
Where there's a will, there's a death certificate. Let me just go back and read Stan's message. Blow high obtained. Hooray, blow high. I want a jungle skog. I want the big bear jungle skog. Not the orangutan one. I want the bear one.
Drawing time's almost done.
It's 30 quid though for an official jungle skog.
You are all naturals.
I was just
I
gonna say
want
that.
him.
Okay, so now let's bring it all home. Give it a title.
And a snazzy tagline.
The VTuber named Rin Penrose, who's also British and who is obsessed with blow high. Are they streaming right now, or and do they have a small audience? I only rate people with small audiences. Oh, she's a big time. Okay. I only raid people who are going to appreciate it. Because I'm raiding from YouTube, so I can't, like,
We're halfway home.
be noticed when I raid.
It's gonna move on. Time's almost up. Great. Now, each of you will present your creation with our amazing presentation tool.
Really sell yourself too. This is no time to be shy.
Exactly. Now, let's see those inventions.
Stand clear and watch us work. Hey, Toads. Seems as if you have a problem.
I sure do, Lena.
I raided Wolfie Chew and it wasn't noticed at all.
This.
That is a problem. But I think I've got just what you need. It's something I like to call.
Oh, yeah, that sounds great. But what does it look like?
Glad you asked. Point your peepers at this.
Picasso couldn't have drawn it better himself. This looks
Yikes
great,
indeed.
but without a tag,
The PPP, yes.
I just won't remember it.
Not to worry, my easily influenced friend. Soon every billboard will read this.
I love it.
That's the idea.
And scene.
Gunter. Just click present for me, please. My sentient mattress is going to kill me one of these days.
Then I've got something for you. I like to call it.
What's it look like?
Detainer dude.
Whoa.
Get ready. And that's how
Powerful duct tape will pin down any mattress, not to be used the other way. Struval MC, just click present for me.
I'm just so disgusted by this.
Well, I've got you covered. It's called.
Show me.
Teaser clip everywhere.
Take a look.
Well, slap my butt, call me Cornelius. Now show me that sweet, sweet tagline.
Slap my butt and call me Cornelius.
And scene.
I keep messing up job interviews by doing this.
That's going around. But there's a solution. I call it.
I gotta see this.
Let me show you.
Mosquito. Okay, lay that sweet, sweet tagline on me.
Well, you're in luck. And that's how it's done, everybody.
Just shoot your own phone.
I annoy them when I do this.
Then I've got the perfect solution.
Make my eye holes healthy already.
Put them to sleep.
It's perfect. Now slap a tagline on it.
In a very thin bed, apparently.
And scene.
I'm doing cool, but I have passed away. Ghost lawyer. No one can defend a dead defendant like a ghost lawyer. Goodness me. Look at him indeed.
I'm tired of looking on my doorstep and finding this.
Hares with guns keep appearing on my doorstep. Just use a soup gun.
Well, looky here.
Now wrap it up with a tagline.
Here we go. And scene.
I'll scream if I have to do this one more time.
Well, I've got a plate full of fixins for you. Just call it.
That's it? I mean, yay!
The toilet silencer. I'll scream if I have to shit again.
Look at that! I'm freaking out. Give me that tagline.
Then take a gander here.
And
Silence your screams by being shot to fucking death, you... What the fuck? What the fuck?
great job, everyone. Now, each of you has been given some money tokens. Give your largest chip to your favorite invention, your second largest to your second favorite, and so on.
Got all that? Good. Let's go.
Okay. Okay.
Great. Now let's see which inventions drove people wild.
You'll need to acquire $1,200 in capital to not only fund your invention, but also net yourself a $500 funding bonus.
Invest in a successful invention and get double your money back. But if it fails, they keep your cash. Let's see how you did.
Maybe next time. Sorry, Charlie. Oh, too bad.
Yay!
Good job.
I succeeded in the funding.
close, but no cigar. So sad.
Ghost Lawyer also got funded.
Nailed it. Ooh, a swing and a miss.
That's all she wrote. Okay, for the final round, let's switch it up a bit.
Instead of solving different problems, you'll all tackle the same problem.
Let's do it.
Oh.
We're going to give you more money to invest, but now there's a higher funding bar to clear. Good luck. And who should choose that final problem? How about you? Simply select the problem you want everyone to solve. Good choice. Okay.
A powerful set of pecs.
Let's draw. We're halfway home.
Okay, time for titles and taglines.
We're halfway there. Okay, this is your last chance to impress, so don't hold
Okay.
anything back.
Here we go.
I'm embarrassed because I don't have a powerful this.
Well, I've got a solution. I call it
My prayers have been answered, but what's it look like?
ready. Take a look.
Get in that hole.
That'll catch your eye.
Give me that tagline.
Here we go. And
By the time you've climbed up, you'll have small pecs, if your legs don't break. Not wrong. Not wrong. Oh, it's my turn. Present for me.
I'm embarrassed because I don't have a powerful this.
Well, I've got the solution. I like to call it.
I'm geeking out. Let's see it.
Well, looky here.
It's practically making love to my eyes. It's all poopy without a tagline.
Here it is.
The
And
stick-on six-pack.
scene.
Just strap them on.
I'm embarrassed because I don't have a powerful this.
Well, I've got the fix. Just call it.
I'm excited already. Let's see it.
Let me show you. Take that.
Steroid jelly beans.
Screw it up with some lame tagline.
Ready, Freddy?
And scene. I'm embarrassed because I don't have a powerful this.
Well, I've got just the thing. It's called...
Fart me up already.
Take a look-see.
Wowee. Now stick the landing with a tagline.
Get ready. And scene.
I'm embarrassed because I don't have a powerful this.
Then I've got something for you. I call it...
Let's see that drawing.
Take a gander. Keep that, Toads.
Now let's see that drawing. I mean tagline.
Well, you're in luck. And that's how it's done, everybody.
I'm embarrassed because I don't have a powerful this.
Well, I've got the fix. It's simply called...
Don't keep my eyes waiting.
Take a look.
That's a humdinger. But Lena, my brain is bad. I can only remember things that have a catchy tagline.
Let's see it. And scene.
I'm embarrassed because I don't have a powerful this.
Well, I've got the fix. I call it...
Let's get artsy fartsy.
Let me show you.
Ooh, does it have a tagline?
Here it is.
And scene. I'm embarrassed because I don't have a powerful this.
Well, I've got a solution. Just call it...
Show me those.
Get new pecs.
Well, looky here.
I love it. I just want this to be over, so show me that tagline.
Well, you're in luck. And
Your old pecs aren't useful. Try these fake pecs on for size. Oh yeah.
All right, gang. Now
Funding
it's time
time.
to pick your favorites, but let's raise the stakes, shall we? We're going to give you more money to invest, but now there's a higher funding bar to clear. Good luck.
Ooh, a swing
That
and
failed.
a miss.
So I only narrated yours down, Daniel, because I was looking at my AdSense account. I have met the payment threshold, I just need to actually get paid. Getting that hole, succeeded.
Go. Maybe next time.
The actual sensible solution didn't succeed.
Good job. Close, but no cigar. So sad.
Oh, too bad.
Alas.
That's it.
Who's our winner? Gunter is our winner. Nice.
Congratulations.
Do you want to go ahead and pick us a game
Now for some
for next
bad
time?
news. You might have missed the print on the flyer that grants us the rights to any and all inventions created here today.
Yeah, it was on the back. Sorry.
But thanks for making us rich.
See ya.
Badly stupid, that's what they say. You've got an idea.
What's it gonna be? Bit of a word spot. I'm gonna take that. Yeah, it's gonna be word spot. Okay. Good stream today. We're gonna be raiding someone new this time. Because I was gonna raid Stub, but then she finished her stream. So we're gonna be raiding where are they? Where is the stream to raid thing? Here it is. This is who we're raiding. Reading Harmony Queen VT. I'll post a link in chat. Get on it, guys. See you. See you, everybody.